played 21 seasons worth of NBA basketball. He's been healthy. He's produced at a high level, Skip. There's no question about it. But
no
as far
question
as
about that.
The debate of the GOAT, who are we talking about? Are we talking about the captain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or are we talking about Kobe Bryant, or are we talking about Michael Jordan?
Well, that's up to you.
No, it's not up to me. It's up to you because you seem to believe that the only conversation to ever talk about a GOAT in NBA basketball.
No, what I believe is not even close. It's Michael Jordan and all the rest.
That's what you believe.
Okay.
That's not
what do you believe?
I believe when you talk about the greatest players of all time, you have to start with talking about Kareem. That's number one. You have to. Then you can, if you want to argue for barbershop talk and conversation, you can throw in, some people would tell you it's Kobe Bryant. Some people would say Michael Jordan. The LeBron fans would say LeBron. I like to enjoy all of them. Okay. But that's not the question.
No.
The question I know is about Jordan versus LeBron, versus
just
Jordan.
LeBron versus LeBron. Will this increase his stature as, in most people's eyes, many people's eyes, the GOAT?
It's a box that no one else has been able to check. And nobody else will probably ever be able to check that box, Skip.
I am leaning in that direction.
You will have to play 82 games for 20 seasons and average 23.2 points a season per game to even be able to get that. Now, LeBron is at another level because he's 21 years in. So it's hard for anybody. Look, nobody's going to catch this because he's not done. Right? This is just the 40.
That's a very good point. That's
the
best point you made so far.
What is it, 40? What's the total number so far?
I don't know.
A little bit over 40,000, whatever it is.
Yeah, but the point is, he ain't even close to being done.
He's not close to being done. So if you add another 3 years on his career, and then if he wants to hang around and just shoot some baskets later on in his career just for the giggles, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So that number's going to continue to keep going up. Up, and up. Here's the issue, though, with this. He's got to start winning some championships, okay, at the back end of his career to really separate himself from others like yourself that want to bring in the Jordan conversation about LeBron James. Again, Jordan did check that box, but part of that reason is he didn't play 21 years. Longevity allows you to put up numbers and get points and statistics and everything else. Now you just got to start winning those championships with all these monumental moments. And I hope, if we get healthy, the Lakers will be in the hunt, even though we dropped the one against Denver on Saturday night. I still hope and pray that we get things turned around so we can be in the mix at the end of the basketball season. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. It's one of those deals where you check the box where others haven't been able to check and nobody else will check that box. That record will last for probably forever, to be honest with you.
I will give you that because he's not even close to being done yet. I find 40,000 points as a longevity record, an achievement, to be as astonishing as anything I've ever seen in the history of sports. It's virtually impossible to do, but he did it by extreme longevity. He has revolutionized the way that a professional athlete takes care of his body. This is beyond what Tom Brady did with pliability because obviously the rules were, quote unquote, rigged or changed to protect Tom Brady. He took his share of shots in his final couple of years. He made it to 45 with pliability, which is lengthening the muscles instead of, severe weightlifting and shortening and strengthening the muscles. But obviously, Tom Brady did not play NBA basketball, running up and down, having to play both ways, offense and defense. So I'm blown away.
Do you think it's easier to play quarterback at 45?
Yeah, way easier than LeBron playing this at, what is he, 39? Way easier.
See, I don't know that.
Especially the way
I don't know that it's easier because it's a different sport. To play anything at that level.
Once you start to play with your head at quarterback, where you're seeing it, feeling it, reading it before anybody, you're almost seeing it before the defense can try to outwit you.
But you still got to get the ball out.
Okay, but you can get it out very quickly. Yeah. And you've seen one defensive lineman after another saying, I just can't get there. I just can't get there. Okay, did Tom, again, take some shots? Yes, he did. Do you have to be tougher than people give Tom credit for what he did all the way through age 43, 44, and 45? You better believe there's...
Yeah, he played till he was 45.
It's hard to believe. So he's 6 more years beyond LeBron. But I'm going to give LeBron this. Just on nutrition, fitness, supplements, all the above, knowing how to do it, he has shattered the mold of what you can do in basketball.
Yes.
Because obviously he's now played 15,000 more minutes than Jordan was able to play. And again, Jordan quit on principle because his coach got pushed out the back door, at least in his eyes, in Chicago in 1998. So he took 3 prime years off, 35, 36, and 37. He did not play basketball, and he fell somewhat out of shape. The great Tim Grover had him in peak condition in 1998, but then he fell somewhat out of shape, and he came back for 2 what I call just almost ceremonial years. It's like you're saying, just for giggles, shooting shots, because in Washington, they let him both sort of be the player coach and the general manager of the team. And he still averaged 20 and 6, but he did not look like Michael Jeffrey Jordan that we saw in 1998. LeBron still looks like he's 29 years of age.
He's averaging 27.
Well, I give you all the above. All this, though, is longevity achievement.
Of course.
Yeah, that's all it is. So just to quickly restate the case for Jordan, again, remember, Michael won 9 scoring championships, seasonal scoring championships. LeBron only won 1 so far. And remember that Michael won a Defensive Player of the Year, and as good as LeBron was for a while on defense, he's never come close to winning Defensive Player of the Year.
But the scores in the NBA are not the same as the scores in the NBA now. The guys that Jordan was playing with wasn't scoring at high clips.
We can argue that all day and all night.
Who? Give me a couple.
Okay, but the whole the rules were rigged for the defense.
I'm not even talking about the rules. I'm just talking about when you start talking about people like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, they're scoring just at an absurd rate.
Okay, all right. So this is what just drives me out of my mind about LeBron in a positive way. He was never a very good three-point shooter. I'll just give you a stat.
Okay.
Since he's come into the league, of the active three-point shooters right now, LeBron ranks 172nd.
Okay.
Because it's not great. It's 34.7%.
But nobody ever accused him of being one of those.
All right, but I'm saying this is another positive point. How did you get to 40,000? And I throw in the free throws because he's, by all-time standards, all-time great standards, he's a lousy three-point shooter. He's still stuck career-wise at 73.5.
Yeah, he might have 50,000 points by now.
I'll say it again, 73.5%. It's so far underneath what all the greats did that you look at all the points that got left on the table, right?
And that's fine that he does not shoot free throws all that well in his career, but there's so many other things, Skip, that he's done in his career that Michael Jordan didn't do, or Kobe Bryant didn't do, or other players did not do.
Well, the main thing he did is he's played 15,000 more minutes. And he has avoided, I'm going to knock on wood every time I say this because I don't even like to bring it up, but he's had not 1 surgery. Not 1. I'm going to knock on wood again.
That I know of.
That we know. Yeah. But surely that would have been publicized. But no career-threatening injury. He's had his soft tissue pulls. He's had his hamstrings. He's had his groin. He's had his this and that. And his ankles are chronically bad, and he continues to overcome. He's had some of the worst-looking ankle turns I've ever seen. And to his credit, he has been Iron Man. He will shake them off and come right back to the point that now, from what I'm told, they're arthritic. They've taken so many. How many times have we seen him turn it to the floor where the bone touches the floor, and he'll go relays, pop right back into the game. And I say, I don't know how you do that. But he's done that so long that he's still overcoming the ankles because, I'm going to say it again, the other night he looked like he was 29 years old to me, right? That's a tribute to him and his team and all that they've done in nutrition, number 1, and fitness, number 2. So I give you all the above. But now we start looking at, you brought up championships. Okay, so Jordan goes 6 for 6 in the NBA Finals. 6-0 with 6 Finals MVPs.
But he, as many years in his career when he didn't even get close to the NBA Finals.
Okay. But 6-0. So LeBron has 6 losses in NBA Finals.
Yeah, and what, 10 appearances?
4 out of 6. Okay, I mean 4 and 6. Okay, so 4 and 6 in the finals. And yet, if we look hard at what has happened to LeBron,
10 times he's gone.
Okay, but look at the epic failures that he's had. Michael never had one epic failure like LeBron.
He didn't have LeBron. Look, I love Michael. There's no question about it, but I want to tell the truth. I don't want to just fall in love with one guy and be like, oh, Michael, that's it, nobody else.
Right. What is the truth?
LeBron played in 10 of them. His sidekicks have changed every single time. Michael's sidekick and Scottie Pippen did not change.
All right.
For 6 of those, his sidekick was Scottie Pippen.
Okay. And?
LeBron James' sidekick was not Dwayne Wade or Kyrie Irving for 6 of those championships. It just wasn't.
Okay.
So be fair.
Okay, but it was for
No, it was not.
Okay, so...
The years that he was in Miami, they got 2 out of those.
Okay.
They probably should have gotten 3 out of those years.
Boy, that was joining forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. That's pretty great, right?
Yeah, it is. But when you talk about continuity and you talk about somebody like Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan playing together, however many years that was, until Jordan took the 1 year off, you got to be able to sit back, Skip, and say, well, he did play alongside another guy for the championship years that is a Hall of Fame player.
Okay,
you can't just ignore that.
Yeah.
You can't ignore that.
I wouldn't put Scottie in my top 50, but whatever.
Okay, that's you, but there's plenty of other people that would.
Yeah, it was definitely the Lone Ranger and Tonto. You know, that was, we're talking about Tonto here.
That's not fair, though.
No, it is fair. It's the truth. Well, it's just
you can't do that.
I was there. I covered the team. I know. I was there in 1998.
Just because Scottie couldn't deliver,
I know what
and
they
he
thought.
acted the way he acted on the bench when they wanted to have Kukoc make the shot, take the shot, you can't punish him for that.
What did Scottie do when he went on to Houston, got his big new deal in Houston? What did he do when he went on to Portland?
But what did Michael do without Scottie?
Well, he quit. He just quit for 3 years. So he quit
at the beginning of his career. You're saying Michael Jordan quit when Doug Collins was his coach? In Chicago? Is that what you're saying? Because he didn't win championships till he got Scottie.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you acting like because Scottie left and went somewhere else, it couldn't finish. They needed each other.
Okay. It helped.
Each other.
It helped. Scottie could defend at a high level.
It helped.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't see it that way.
Okay. And yet, what I saw when LeBron went to join forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, what happened in the first finals?
Well, they just got there. They wound up losing.
Yeah. What happened to LeBron? What happened to LeBron in games 4, 5, and 6?
He didn't do well against Dallas.
Epic meltdown. I've never seen anything like it before.
Okay, players, everybody's not going to be as consistent as you want them to be.
Okay, and then what happened against San Antonio in 2013? LeBron missed the tying 3, long rebound out to Chris Bosh, who kicks it in the corner to Ray Allen, who hit the greatest clutch shot I've ever seen to send it to overtime and save LeBron's legacy with another.
You can say however you want to, LeBron's legacy. You can say it however you want to. But you also can point to the 3-1 comeback against Golden State, who's supposed to be the greatest team ever in the NBA. They eclipsed the Chicago Bulls record.
Draymond got suspended for Game 5, right?
But you don't do that, though, Skip. Right.
And who hit the shot of shots in Game 7? Oh, wait, it was Kyrie. Okay. LeBron was very good.
Fair, man.
I got that. And by the way, Steph, talk about a meltdown in Games 5, 6, and 7. I've never seen anything like that. I'm being totally fair.
I love Jordan, too, but you just come up with anything.
Come up with anything. I'm coming up with everything. Okay, what happened in the 2014 finals when the Spurs got revenge over 2013? What happened? LeBron and company with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh lost by a record finals margin. Did Michael ever lose by a record final? Well, he never lost one.
You played well, I don't, this isn't about, for me, it's not about attacking Michael Jordan and acting like Michael Jordan isn't the god of basketball and all. It's not about that for me.
Okay.
But I'm also going to give LeBron James his credit because it's due. I'm not going to be like you to diminish his ability to win championships and lead teams and carry teams on his back for 10 appearances in it, even though he only got 4. He went 10 times.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Even as a puppy, he went. Yeah. He was carrying dudes like me and you to the NBA Finals as a kid.
Yeah, he did. They got swept by the Spurs. Well, they did. Okay. And I didn't think it was a bunch of puppies. Mo Williams wasn't. Listen, Boobie Gibson could just fill it up.
Skip, stop.
Well, on Ilgauskas, puppies? I don't know. They were pretty good.
They were NBA basketball players. There is some truth to that.
Yeah.
But they were not at the same level as the other teams that beat LeBron.
So
they just
Michael got swept with a bunch of puppies by one of the greatest teams ever, Larry Bird's Boston Celtics, if you recall that. Okay.
Yes.
And after game one, when Michael scored, wait a second. After game one, when he scored 63 points, what did Larry Bird say? I just saw Jesus in sneakers. Did anybody ever call LeBron Jesus in sneakers? No. Okay.
You can't call him Jesus in sneakers because somebody's already used that one.
No, you could do it again.
No, you can't do it again.
Okay.
Can't do it again because then you're copying somebody else. You can't do that again.
Okay.
But you say, well, what did they do besides get swept by the Boston Celtics? Jordan should have been Jordan and lifted him up.
He did.
He did.
They went to overtime.
But you just said they got swept.
Actually went to 2 overtimes.
You said they just got swept.
They did. They got swept by one of the greatest teams ever. They just could. It was Jordan and the Puppies against Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish and all the above. Dennis Johnson. They were as good as it got. Right? Am I right?
Yes, Skip, you're right. He wasn't going to win that, just like LeBron wasn't going to beat the Spurs and them.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And your Kareem case that you make.
Oh, Kareem, I just can't. I can't talk about the NBA without talking about Kareem starting first, though, dog. I just can't.
Okay, all right. Yeah, before
they changed the rules.
Before Magic, Kareem was a Laker for, what was it, 5 years.
Yeah, didn't win championship.
And didn't win, a couple of times they didn't even make the playoffs.
I understand. I understand
because Kareem was more of a follower than a leader. He just came in and
I'm not talking about his personality. I'm not talking about any of those things.
Yeah.
All I know is they changed the rules for this man. Now, I was obviously barely, around to even understand it. But when you talk about the history of basketball, you cannot start without talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, I'll buy that.
You just can't.
I mean, I honor him.
How could you just gloss over the guy that LeBron clips to get the scoring title #1? Okay, and how could you talk about a guy that at UCLA never, they just won everything. High school won everything. I mean, how could you just pass that up?
Well, I'm not passing it up, but I can't say he's the greatest player I ever saw.
Okay.
Right?
All right. I mean, that's you. If I ask some people that are more, older than me that actually saw him, they'd say, it's a bad dude.
Oh, he was.
They'd say he's a bad dude. And then from the time that I saw him in the 80s in the Showtime Purple and Gold, he didn't look rusty to me. I don't care if Magic Johnson was on the team or not. He looked like he had the shot that no one could defend.
He did.
Basically, hook shots from three-point range.
That is correct.
Nobody could defend that.
Not three-point range.
Well, it was way out there. You know what I'm saying? It was way out there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't start the conversation. Now, if you want to gloss over it after the conversation starts and then go straight to Jordan and LeBron, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. But I got to start the conversation with saying, well, what about this guy?
Okay. So you did. I accept that.
Okay,
but if we're talking about who's the greatest player ever, to me, it's not even close. And I give LeBron all this. I say repeatedly on the show, he's the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen because he's 6'9", whatever he's on his weight's
255, 260,
okay,
whatever
there have been times he's been 270. He's a tank. He's still a tank. How did he score 40,000 the other night? He drove it and he shot it with his left hand, and most people would say, oh, he shot it with his offhand. No, he didn't, because he was born left-handed. He is ambidextrous at the rim. He's just as good with his left. In fact, you can make a case he's even better with his left. He writes left-handed.
But you're making a lot of cases about the great things that LeBron does, but then in the end, you try to say, well, he did this, he did that, he did this.
Longevity records.
All longevity records.
Listen, I was around Jordan. I know
10 appearances in the NBA final is not longevity records.
Yeah, well, when you lose 6 of them and one of them
but he
was... Wait a second. One of them was in the bubble.
Oh,
and
man,
a lot of teams didn't even want to be in the bubble, so it deserves an asterisk by it.
Now you're going to discredit championship in the bubble.
Am I?
Won't you discredit Tom Brady's championship during the pandemic, even though it wasn't in the bubble?
Well, they didn't
it still had fake people in the stands.
They didn't have it in the bubble. That actually took away from the fact that he was in a home playoff game with fake people in the stands. Okay? A home playoff game.
Stop, man.
Well, start.
You discredit LeBron for winning the championship in the bubble, staying focused, how hard it is to do that. Then you want to say NBA teams didn't want to play, so therefore the Lakers just cruised through the NBA Finals and won it. That's not his fault that somebody didn't want to play.
The Clippers did not want to be there.
That's not his fault.
Well,
the Lakers wanted to play.
Yeah.
It was important to them.
competition was flimsy in the bubble, and you won. I give you that, but it's got a big old asterisk about it. It was bubblicious.
All right, if you want to do it like that.
All right. I think you know in your heart of hearts, but you just won't say it, that Michael Jeffrey Jordan was the baddest dude who ever stepped onto any kind of a playing court or field. I've never seen anything like him.
Look, man, I can't say that. I don't do stuff like that, Skip, because I saw Kobe, cold-blooded and ice cold, knocking shots down when nobody was.
He was.
Like, so it's hard for me to just sit there and say, Jordan was the only one. Jordan was the only one.
He was the one.
I have seen with my own eyes LeBron James do things that nobody else was able to do. Just a simple chase down block in a game, in a champion. That's just one play.
Well,
that's just one play. I never seen Jordan do that. I never seen Kobe do that in that situation. So why am I going to punish LeBron because he dropped 6 of the 10? Some of those teams that he played against were good now. They were not chopped liver.
Yep, I give you that.
And if you really want to run down certain people's championships and start breaking it down about the teams that they played and the players that they were playing against, we could do that too.
We could do it, and you're welcome to try, but I got lots of counters to that because there's only one of these guys. And I think you know it, but you just don't want to admit it or say it publicly.
I said it to you many times.
Yeah.
I love Jordan. I thought in my career in basketball, I was Jordan. There's no question about it. But at the same time, I'm not going to discredit one person and lift up another. I'm just not going to do it.
Well, okay.
I'm not going to do it, Skip.
I don't care. I don't need to be.
You obviously care because you're the one who posed the question.
Yeah.
How much will this help LeBron's case as a GOAT?
Because that was the question on Saturday night.
No, I understand that, but you're the one who asked me that question.
Okay.
And I said simply, just checks a box because Jordan didn't get an opportunity to play 21 years.
Okay.
So that's not even a conversation because he never happened.
Does this have anything to do with the fact that you know both of them and you don't want to offend either?
No.
No?
No, because I don't have a problem I don't have a problem telling the truth about LeBron or Michael.
Okay, but
I think Michael would sit back and be like, okay, if I said something that was out of pocket, he has no problem with picking up the phone and say, what the hell are you talking about, Key? Same thing with LeBron.
Well, Michael won't pick up the phone. He just won't ever answer the phone when you call.
I'm not in that category like some of his other peers.
There's one for sure.
I'm not in that category.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.